Shalom Chavrim, I'm Stephen Ben-Nun. You're watching Israeli News Live. Quick take of our broadcast this morning as different things are kind of happening around the world. We're going to jump back here in just a moment to Russian Insider. This latest military move, Syria's upcoming offensive to Israel contact line, may be the best show of the war. And of course, wondering whether or not Israel may respond. We're talking about all the way to Quneitra. And in fact, if you see the screen on your screen there, as far as the initial photo that I used on yesterday's video, that was Quneitra. That was a picture I took myself when the fighting was going on there about 2 years ago. Now, before I jump into that, though, I do want to run over here to the latest meeting with President Trump and Kim Jong-un. And of course, that meeting went off successfully from what the rest of the world would be looking at this. But in particular, though, what I find interesting, I'm going to play a little bit of the video here so you can see this. The two coming out shaking hands in different photos that we have here. They each take each other by the arm, almost as if a joyous reunion. But my thoughts is that China and the New World Order is pushing ahead. And President Trump has realized that if he's going to survive, and America is going to survive economically, you're either going to get on board with the way China is going to be a part of the global economic system that has been forged with Rome, or you get left behind. And that is one reason why he's willing to break with the G7 and actually go and be a part of this peacemaking conference there with Kim Jong-un, regardless of the human rights violations. And in fact, President Trump has also said that he would remove his forces and there would no longer be military drills with South Korea. You know, now I have to agree, the human rights issues is a major issue for Kim Jong-un. And of course, we've always wanted to see there be peace between the United States and North Korea, and not the way that it was going. And we knew that it could be achieved with negotiations. But we're also realizing at the same time that there is a major move of the New World Order, and that the Chinese Silk Road that is going along there, that hasn't been in existence since the Roman Empire, is also evident that the revived Roman Empire is definitely moving in that direction. And of course, China was a major player of the economic ties for the Roman Empire before, and they will be again as history sets the stage once again for the advent of the coming of the Messiah himself, because when he left the earth, it was the Roman Empire. And there was a Silk Road in the times when Yeshua was here. And also that road will be once again reestablished and set up. And all the wars and all that peacemaking is all about that particular issue in play. Now, of course, we're jumping back over here to the Russian Insider. In Syria, they're going to be moving their Tiger forces. There are some that believe that the Russian units will also be involved with a rapid response there going down near Quneitra. Now, just to kind of give you a little bird's eye view here, let's jump over to Google Maps and take a quick look at this, because when we're looking at what's happening, we really need to get an idea of just how close this is to Israel's border as well. And as you can see here, it's kind of interesting. Google still shows what we call the Golan Heights in Israel as being part of Syria, although they are showing the line there as a buffer zone, but they still consider that part of Syria. And this is where the battle is going to really get hot and heavy here in the very coming days here, right here in Quneitra. Now, Damascus is right up here, just up there. You can see it from the Golan, but it's way off in the distance there. Quneitra and Dada are the two places. Dada is further south down here along the Jordanian border, but Quneitra is back over in this area right here. We have to kind of zoom in to be able to get Quneitra to even pop up on the map. It's such a small little province there, little tiny township, but it is right on the border of Israel, and I never seem to ever find that little spot in there, but it is in there somewhere. Oh goodness. Too close. You have to know exactly. Let me do we can use a satellite imagery. Sometimes that might make it a little bit better. All right, there we go right there. Quneitra Governorate right there. Okay, so I was on it, but it just wasn't showing up on the regular map there. This entire region in here is called the Quneitra Governorate right there. And of course, right across the line here, this is where from the mountaintops there that a lot of the tourists and stuff watch what's happening. Actually, a little bit further north here, because when we're looking at Quneitra, we're kind of looking down. You have Beit Jenin, that area there, another hot spot there. That a lot of people can see when they're standing there on the mountains in Jerusalem, excuse me, it's not Jerusalem, but in Israel, overlooking that particular spot right there. So very contested area, and of course a very embedded, not only ISIS, but Al-Nusra, Al-Qaeda, some groups there that Israel has given aid to as far as the medical aid. There's also reports that Israel has also given them military aid. We know the U.S. is also involved in this with military aid with the different forces that are fighting against the Syrian government, especially now near Dada. Will this spark a reaction from either Israel or the U.S. that could go deeper? And of course, with Israel saying that the Iranians are actually wearing Syrian uniforms, and with these rapid forces coming down to take back the southern borders here near the Israeli and Jordanian borders there, this could be the spark that ignites the entire region into a war. I'm Stephen Ben-Nun. You're watching Israeli News Live. Shalom.